As you can see right now, we're in the etching department. And what we're doing right now is loading in a silk screen. The silk screens are used to put the pattern onto the lighter. This particular screen is getting the lighter prepared to go through the etching process. The screen is loaded into the machine and adjusted so it fits properly, and then a substance known as resist will be loaded down into the screen and pushed through the screen onto the product so the product can go through the etching process without damaging the lighter. Where you would see the blue resist is a protection for the case. Where you would see the pattern is actually where the acid baths will eat out the lighter so it can either be paint filled or just plated over to show what we call a luster etch finish. This process right here is where she is loading in the resist down into the silk screen, pulling down the squeegee head so the squeegee can force it through the screen. And now we're ready to go. You can see that squeegee's coming across the lighter. This is what the lighters look like after the silk screen process. The blue is the protective area, and where it's not protected is where we'll go through the acid baths. This area right here is the spotting area. This is where the inspectors are inspecting the lighters, making sure everything that's blue is blue, and anything that's not supposed to be blue doesn't have any blue in it. As we discussed at the process, the blue is the protected part, and where you can see the brass is where the acid will actually attack the lighter to put on the design. So it is very critical that we do not have any blue in the design lighter left not marked that should be marked with the resist. After the spotters have inspected these lighters, they will go down to our taping operation. As you can see right here, these lighters are loaded onto these boards that are known as the etch boards. We take this protective tape and cover each lighter so when the lighter etch down back, we will not have any acid leaking down inside of and damaging the lighter. This is the final inspection before these parts go to be etched. This is a very critical operation, making sure everything is covered, like I said, so the acid can't get down in there. The boards would be loaded onto the conveyor, and the conveyor would take them through into the back room. This is the back room. The boards are loaded. They're pulled out of the boards right in this area here, where they're loaded onto racks, where they will actually go through the etching process. They'll come down through here. Again, this is performing the etching process. We're getting everything cleaned off. They're going to go through a drying oven. And as they come off the back end, you can see how the acid is eaten down into the case, and this case can now be paint filled. Now we'll go over and look at what actually takes place as we paint fill lighters. As you can see in this operation, we're actually putting the paint that we saw etched out. This procedure is done basically the same way as it was done to prepare the lighter for the actual etching process. We're using a silk screen, but this time there's paint been loaded into that silk screen. For each paint color, there is a screen to signify for that paint. If it's a lighter that's going to have 6 different paints, they will have 6 different screens. The paint is loaded into the screen, the same effect, the squeegee's going to come across, put it on the lighter. The order will be done one color at a time, loading different screens, loading different paints, and repeating the process until done. These lighters have already gone through the painting process, and now we're inspecting them. What we're doing right here is taking off the excess paint. When the lighter goes through the etching operation and the paint fill is put in, a lot of times there is bleed over of the paint on the sides. In order to enhance the picture and show a clear image, we go through this cleaning process. As you can see, a before and after picture of what actually looks like after it's been cleaned. You can see how the picture is more enhanced and stands out, and you don't have a bleed through of paint. This procedure is done for all of our etch paint orders. They're also going through a visual inspection before they go to the area where they will be fit up and cleaned and boxed. This procedure that we're looking at right now is known as our fit-up procedure. What you're seeing take place is the case that's already gone through all the customization area has been fit up with our inside unit. The inside unit is also made at Zippo by being made of stainless steel, and if it goes into, as this case, as you can see, a gold lighter, it goes through a gold bath to give it that gold appearance. A lighter is wedged, the inside is made to fit. If it does not fit, we make the adjustments. After the fit-up procedure, the lighters are cleaned and inspected. As you can see right now, we're checking for fit to make sure the lighter fits properly. If it doesn't, we may use a plugging operation. This is where the lighter is placed on a vise and opened up a little bit. This is a spreader, and what you can see he's doing is spreading the bottom part of the inside unit to make it fit properly into the case. After the lighters are fit up, the next operation is the final step, which is our clean and box operation. As you can see right here, the lighters are cleaned, boxed, labels are put on, they're placed in the box, and the guarantees are used. The lighter is ran across a cloth using a cleaning substance. The operator is also checking for any defects before the product would leave the plant. The lighters are coming down the track where they will be pulled off the track and go through their final inspection before going out the door to the customer. This job, known as the checker, is taking the lighter, checking the inside unit to make sure it has the proper fit, and is also visually inspecting to make sure the labels are in the proper places and there are no scratches or anything on the lighter. The lighters are taken out of the trays after they went through the previous inspection, where they're loaded into these small white boxes. The boxes are then put together where they are loaded into the brown master cartons over here, ready for shipment to the customer. The box will be closed and sealed and on its way.